This morning on The Dish, a milestone for one of the nation's largest restaurant groups. Rich Melman opened his first venue, Chicago's RJ Grunts, 50 years ago. Since then, his Let Us Entertain You dining group has grown to include 60 brands and 130 restaurants across more than a dozen states. I sat down with Melman in that first restaurant on a street that now bears his name to learn the secrets of his company's success. I mean, is this what it looked like
This
then?
was it, yeah, this was it. The walls are the same, the floor is the same. It didn't change much.
Chicago's RJ Grunts opened in June of 1971.
And it was just a hip, casual, fun type of place that drew a terrific crowd.
50 years later, the memories are still vivid for co-founder Rich Melman. It was his first restaurant with partner Jerry Orzoff, and you never forget your first.
It's very special. The first one is it's like your first love.
And for Melman, quite literally where he fell in love with his wife of 45 years, Martha, who joined us as we reminisced on a recent visit.
I was standing here and Jerry came up to me and said, we were so crowded. He said, anybody you want to meet yet, I said, there's a girl standing right over there. You see that one? And I'd walk around RJ Grunts in the early days, and if there was a cute girl there, I'd remember what she ate more than I'd remember her.
Do you remember what she ate that night?
I don't. I really don't.
And he wasn't the only one.
And it kind of must have been true love, because I have not a clue what I ate either.
Before starting, then raising his own family in the restaurant business, Melman grew up in it. His mom was a waitress, his dad a restaurant owner. Do you remember the moment when you realized that you wanted to go into the restaurant business?
Yeah, it certainly was pushed along by me flunking out of college. So I fell back into working in restaurants. Often, when you get good at something, you wind up liking it. And I got real good at it. Hopefully we could have a party.
Melman worked for his dad and saved his money. But when he tried to buy into the business, his dad turned him down. Melman soon set off on his own, but struggled to find investors. Until a friend suggested Jerry Orzoff.
His mother was also a waitress. And we talked about how rough they had it. And we said, when we were dreaming about the type of restaurant we'd like to do, let's make it the type of place where our moms would have felt great to work at.
The duo would spend the next decade developing restaurants together. Even after Orzoff's death in 1981, the culture he'd created with Melman lived on in the Let Us Entertain You brand.
There's a very important word, and that's caring. And it's caring about the customer, caring about the food, caring about the service. And a very important thing is caring about yourself. We coach a lot. You have to be nurturing. And I like to think that's what we're like as an organization. We're nurturing.
Still based in Chicago, it's nearly impossible to walk the streets there and not stumble into a Let Us Entertain You restaurant. With 130 nationwide and 60 concepts, there's a wide variety of food in the portfolio, with some of Melman's favorites tempting us during our interview.
Over there by you, that's muhammara. It's a Turkish dish. Pulled chicken nachos, one of the biggest sellers. And this is a prawn dish, prawns and lemon and some herbs. This is a carrot cake that Martha experimented with over the years, and we served it at RJ's first birthday. And the kids wanted to put it in their first restaurant. And I said, I'm not sure if it'll be a big seller. So much I know it's the biggest seller they have for dessert.
That first restaurant for the kids was Hub 51. Launched by sons RJ and Jared, who, along with their sister Molly, worked their way up in the family business. RJ now serving as president, Molly and Jared executive partners. What's the best piece of advice that your dad has given you as you move forward in this industry?
Something he always said growing up was find your passion and then work your hardest at it. He never put a lot of pressure on us to be in the business.
You don't always have to be the best at anything, but you can always hustle. When you're not trying your best is when you're not going to be successful.
I think he's great at always pushing us to try to make things even better. Even when things are going great, he always says there's room to improve.
It's really tender.
I don't know if you just had a bite that had
Yeah, it was
touched
like
the
real
jardiniere,
hot.
but this isn't spicy to me.
Okay, good.
For you to have your children in your business, what does that mean?
What a blessing. If they didn't have the talent, didn't have the drive, didn't have the confidence to do it, I would talk to them about trying something else.
But make no mistake, Melman isn't done personally helping to build the Let Us Entertain You legacy.
I tried retirement. I didn't enjoy it. I take Sundays off, I take vacations, but I think it would be hard for me to just not do restaurants, and I don't have any other real hobbies.
You love it.
I do. I love
And your
what I do.
kids are in it, and it's his family.
Yeah.
And no surprise, when reflecting on a half-century anniversary, the man who started that family with Melman is very much on his mind.
If you were having this meal, and you can have it with anyone past or present, who would it be?
Jerry. Yeah, my best friend. Yeah, I would have loved to share this with him,
To Jerry.
for sure.
So sweet, Dana.
This family was wonderful. The love between them, the energy, the way they work together, and you can feel that in their restaurants. We brought you the carrot cake from Martha.
Okay. Oops.
And cheers to Let Us Entertain You in 50 years
And
in this.
cheers to Jerry.
Cheers to Jerry. Exactly.